Star Atlas. You probably heard of it if you keep up with the news. This is probably the most ambitious project in this market, and it just happens to be in its initial asset selling phase. You can buy these ships for as little as $20. We've seen a lot of NFTs skyrocket in price after their initial offering, so could this be the next one? What is up with the game? How likely is it to succeed? We can't predict the future, but we can try and make an educated guess, and for that we need info. So I went and read the white paper. Here's the points we're going to talk about. First thing we're going to tackle is the game itself. Well, it is a space game, duh. To play it you need a ship, and these ships are NFTs that you have to purchase. All assets in the game are NFTs, and in the game you will be able to explore space, you will try and find different planets to be able to obtain resources, and you can build installations. The game's universe will have different zones. These zones can be the safe zone, where combat is not allowed. Medium tiered zone, where combat is allowed, but if you get defeated, your assets are reset. And finally, there is the wild frontier, where if you lose in combat, your assets will be destroyed permanently. Your ship will become scraps that the other player can obtain, but some value of your assets will be lost forever. Apparently, you will also be able to build installations. These can be mining facilities in planets, or they can be space stations for all sorts of economic activities like storage, refineries, shipyards, and hangars. Other players will be able to destroy them, so you will also have the ability to equip them with weapons and defenses. It is an RPG, so we're also gonna have professions. Here's some of them. The game will be developed in Unreal Engine 5, which means it will look insane. Truly next gen, thanks to Nanite. Economics. This is the important part. There will be two currencies used in the game, Atlas and Polis. Atlas is the main currency. It is the one you will need to use to buy your assets and resources, as well as the one that you will be able to obtain in-game. You can buy Atlas now, but after the game's launch, the only way to obtain it will be through in-game activities. It will take approximately 8 years until all of it is distributed. Polis will give players voting rights in regards to the game's governance. For example, impose taxes and create laws within the game. And further on, they say having Polis will mean you get to decide the direction of the game's development, like future content and even economic policy. After the game launches, the only way to obtain Polis will be by staking Atlas. Here's the important stuff, the tokenomics. The developers want this coin to be deflationary, which means they want it to increase in value over time, and they plan to achieve that with a few different methods. Through battle, some assets will be permanently destroyed. The spoils of battle will only be a fraction of the value of the original assets. Some farmed materials will be destroyed as they are consumed, like fuel and construction materials. And finally, the Star Atlas team claims they will engage in token repurchase and burning. In simple terms, they will buy tokens in the market and literally destroy them if need be. There will be 5 phases of development. We're now in the first phase, which is the Galactic Asset Offering, GAO for short. Assets are being sold like ships and etc., and these assets are tradable in the marketplace, but there still is no playable version of the game. Phase 2, a browser minigame will be released, in which you can use the assets that you bought in Phase 1, and pre-launch assets will still be on sale. Phase 3 is when production truly begins. The game's first version will allow you to view your assets in what they call the shipyard module. There will also be a new batch of assets for sale. Phase 4 is the final pre-sale of assets and the release of the game's beta version. Phase 5? Assets are no longer purchasable, and the game is on. Before we continue, consider supporting me on Patreon. Most blockchain games are expensive, so I'd be able to play and try more games. You can support me for as little as $3. Some of the rewards are early access to the videos, choosing what topics I should talk about next, and Q&As. So here are the most important points to me. The game's planning and initial pitch are probably the best I've ever seen in the NFT market. The majority of projects gives me that garage company vibe, but this one truly has that AAA professional feel. Big companies are betting on this project. Animoca Brands, who previously financed Axie Infinity and MetaMask, is joining as a stakeholder. That is a very good sign to me, which creates more trust in the project. They have solid and clear economic policies regarding their currencies. That's from what I gathered in the white paper at least. This might actually be the first AAA blockchain game ever made. The vast majority, although moderately engaging like Axie Infinity, are a far cry from the AAA productions we are used to seeing in mainstream PC and consoles market. It will be based in Solana, which is a blockchain way more efficient than Ethereum, with much lower gas fees and considerably faster. The game is perhaps a little bit too ambitious. I believe they are biting more than they can chew here, but time will tell. All in all, I'm very happy with what I've seen from this game's initial pitch, and I'm buying a ship. Remember though, I'm not telling you to invest in this game. I'm merely providing you the relevant information to make your own decision, and I advise you to read the white paper yourself before making a purchase. Well, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys next time.